Please put your day on attendance. Thank you.
Where's Connor? Is he absent today? Huh? Thanks for confirming that. Okay, I guess we'll get started. We have plenty to do what we're going to do, and the rest can, for this last time, look at Google Classroom and do it on their own. By the way, and I'm probably preaching to the choir here, I am going to lean a little more heavily on participation with an obligation to attend class, because all the people in school now have to attend class, like you know, or you're skipping class, right? So while it's not going to be a disciplinary thing, if you're at home and you don't attend class, I'm definitely going to be like pretty much on any given day. If you don't attend class and you're not communicating with me about a reason that had to happen, then it's going to be like, you know, a couple ticks off the participation. Because truly, with all the EOC testing going on, there is only one undisturbed week between now and the AP test. And by a disturbed week, I mean that either on Monday and Tuesday or Thursday and Friday, EOC tests are going on, and they created absolutely no bell schedule for the rest of the day after that. Even though they could have, they didn't. So I don't know whether you guys are aware, like Thursday and Friday next week, and then on 2 other weeks on a Thursday and a Friday, and another one on a Monday and Tuesday, there's no A and B classes going on because kids get here as lunch starts, and then they didn't create any kind of schedule after, so I'm not going to be able to, I don't know, maybe I can, but we probably have overlap with people, so I don't know how much I can do that. So what that means is we're only going to truly be able to have live class most weeks 2 times. 55 minutes either on Monday or Thursday, and then the 35 minutes on Wednesday. So we all need to be here. You know, we're getting closer to the test too, and we're smashing through the last few units. That all makes sense. Okay, so stuff. Okay, we did grammar lesson 20. I hope you're absorbing the grammar and seeing how that can actually apply to like varying your sentence structure. I did talk about that in that video. Definitely different types of phrases can be used both to make your writing more concise and to vary the way that you begin sentences, which is always good when you're talking about literature, so you don't start a million sentences with the same character's name over and over again and redundant things like that. Okay, vocab, creative usage on 11, may or may not be our last unit of the year. Due Monday night next week. You did your notes on the character skills stuff, which we're going to kind of use to transition into look at the short story we're going to look at today. And I'm going to put you in breakout rooms to read a short story with some discussion questions due by Sunday night. You can probably knock out today because it's a short story. Nothing like Sunny's Blues, I assure you, in length. All right, so the video is concentrated on character values, right? How we can see those through their speeches, their actions. You can look for value-based diction in a way, look at speech action versus inaction, and then how those values can, of course, change, because if it's a good short story, even though it's a small amount of space, you're going to have some character development. You're going to have a character who's dynamic, not static, round and not flat, but especially the developing part. And then most importantly, what we're going to kind of touch on today when we look at the short story is that when you have a character, like it's one thing when you have a character developed through the course of a novel, there's maybe not going to be just like one moment that character transforms. There's going to be all kinds of developments, right? But in a short story, very often you're going to have something that we call an epiphany, right? She did a good job explaining that and talking about it. It's not always, she could have clarified a little bit more that epiphanies aren't always positive. It sounds like a positive moment of self-discovery, the way we use that word casually, but it's not necessarily. It could be either one, but I would definitely call it a climactic moment of clarity, right? Where you're pulling the shades back and realizing something about yourself or about the world or about your relationship to other people or the world that you had either repressed or not realized or didn't understand, and now that's changed. Okay, so it's pretty wide open, but epiphanies are a great thing to be able to talk about. It definitely could come up on an essay question or in multiple choice. So, okay, let's get your Perrine books out. I hope you have that handy. And we're going to look at a story called Miss Brill. It is in the characterization chapter on page 174. And just to screen share over one more time here, I have put an assignment up. In your breakout rooms, read Miss Brill beginning on page 174 and then complete the attached discussion questions by Sunday night. They are somewhat modeled after the discussion questions in the book, but I changed them a little bit just to kind of reach some things that I want to get to. Okay, and then on Monday when we have IRL class, we'll work with the story a little bit more, maybe practice writing a thesis or something like that, and do some other stuff. Okay, 174, are we all there? Just gonna look at the first couple sentences together, and then I'm gonna set you off in breakout rooms. First of all, it tells you, as a blurb on the AP test will often tell you, it gives us a tiny little blurb on the author. It was written in 1921, originally in French, right? She was born and grew up in New Zealand, but lived her adult life in London with various sojourns on the continent. So it starts out, although it was so brilliantly fine, the blue sky powdered with gold and the great spots of light, like white pine splashed over the Jardins Publics. Miss Brill was glad that she had decided on her fur. There's already a lot going on there. And hopefully you're learning how to spot things like this, that we have this kind of, generic pretty description of so brilliantly fine, and the blue sky powdered with gold and great spots of light. But it also starts out with the word although, right? Which indicates immediately there's going to be a shift away from how pleasant that seems to be, right? So the story is already kind of telegraphing a little bit there. So if you turn the next couple pages, you'll see how comfortingly short this short story is. And I would like you to read as far as you can get, stopping and talking if you want, if you guys kind of spot things as you go, maybe keep an eye on those questions. And then when we get, near the end of the bell, shut down and finish that assignment by Sunday night, okay? Random breakout rooms today. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people. What do you think? 3 groups? Sounds right. And okay, here we go.